and I've been in the Montessori program since I was 3 years old. I've learned a lot since then, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It all started out in a primary classroom. Come take a look. A primary classroom has children ages 3, 4, and 5. Basically, it's preschool and kindergarten all together. That's great because the students get a chance to help each other learn. Of course, there is a Montessori teacher with special Montessori training to show the students what to do. There's even an assistant in the class all day to help out. Montessori kids get right to work. As you can see, there's plenty to choose from. The projects are all on low shelves, so the students can pick out work on their own. Teachers give lessons on each material before students can use them. A teacher can give a lesson to just one student, a small group of students, or the whole classroom. After that, they can practice alone, work with a friend, or get help from an older student until they master the challenging work. The younger students love watching and learning from the older students, and the older students love being the classroom leaders. Helping the younger students helps the older students understand the lesson even better. It works so well because students build a community. They stay in the same class for 3 years, working with the same teacher. The teacher keeps track of all the work. And when a student masters the work, it's time for the next lesson and another exciting challenge to master. The material is fun to use, so it's easy to get motivated to learn. This 3-year-old student is working in the practical life area. That's where you wash, pour, polish, and do other activities. They help develop concentration, independence, order, fine and gross motor skills. Dr. Maria Montessori, who developed Montessori education, found these skills help get a student ready for reading and writing. Students also learn the ABCs of reading and writing. Really, it's not the letter names that are as important as the sounds.
Can you put up here?
But here, right?
Okay.
Check out the sandpaper letters. Students trace the letters made of sandpaper over and over. They can feel the lines the letters make, and that helps them remember how to write the letters when they are ready to try it.
What sound do we hear first in box? B.
B. B. Materials like the movable alphabet help students write, even before they can read. And when they are ready, children are encouraged to read and write stories often.
Put it right down here. Box. Box. What's the last sound here?
Montessori math is especially fun. There are plenty of materials Dr. Maria Montessori developed to keep young kids interested. This is the golden bead chain. We use this to understand a lot of important math concepts. This student is working on the 4-bead chain. He lays out the beads side by side and counts them as he goes. Then he places a little flag by each bead set. First, the 4 flag, then the 8 flag, and so on and so on. 13, 14, 15, 16. He doesn't know it now, but he's learning his times table before finishing kindergarten. The beads help Montessori children understand even more advanced math concepts, like square roots. Montessori education also stresses learning about the world we live in. That's why there are puzzles of the United States and the continents in primary classroom, and lessons about different cultures.
Your turn.
No, Will, you pick it.
Yeah, but then this time you glue. Okay, let's take turns gluing.
No, I don't want to glue.
Yes, you have to.
No fair.
It's totally fair.
Okay.
I had to glue all of this, and you didn't even get the glue. So it's totally fair.
Science materials are fun too. Students use them to learn more about the natural world around them. This student is identifying parts of the tree. All these activities can go on at the same time in a Montessori classroom. As you can see, students move around a lot to get the job done. During that time, the students learn concentration, motivation, self-discipline, and a love of learning.
Whew! They're pretty busy in that primary classroom. Let's see what happens when a primary student moves up to lower elementary.
All that excitement and concentration in a primary classroom sets the stage for a challenging lower elementary classroom. First, second, and third graders take on Arlington's demanding curriculum in a Montessori way. In the multi-age classroom, it's easy for a student to advance when they are ready. The teacher follows 100-year-old Montessori lessons and makes sure the students learn everything Arlington students are supposed to know, but does it in a way that makes us all want to learn.
And 2 units together and see what you get?
That's because Dr. Maria Montessori developed a teaching style that encourages students to use some of our best kid qualities in the classroom. She observed that students between 6 and 12 years old are developing their own independence, want to use their imagination, are very social, are looking for a sense of justice, and are ready to transform concrete materials to abstract ideas.
11, 12, 13.
In math, students start to write down all those incredible things that they have learned with the hands-on math materials. Of course, there's addition and subtraction, multiplication, long division, and even geometry. Whatever you're ready for, the teacher can give you a lesson because she's keeping track of how each child is doing. The students in all Montessori classrooms work in a 3-hour uninterrupted work block. That gives them a chance to go in depth and do extended research in areas that interest them.
What color do you want to use for
I would
this
like
part?
to use
For this
red.
line. Okay, you can insist.
Because red's my favorite color.
Alright, start with this little piece.
You may even see a first grader working with a third grader. Here they are exploring ancient civilizations, creating mummies to learn about Egyptian burials.
These are the 4 basic canopic jars. They didn't have people. They only had certain animals on them. They have 4 chamber cards.
In a Montessori classroom, reading and writing are connected. Kids write about what they are learning. There are plenty of hands-on materials to teach grammar, sentence structure, and vocabulary. Students are encouraged to write in cursive as soon as they enter lower elementary.
Now let's check out my upper elementary classroom.
In an upper elementary classroom, the 4th and 5th graders take on even more responsibility to cover the challenging work. Students still use Montessori materials to cover the curriculum. This river model helps us learn about erosion, delta formation, and even the parts of a river. One way we learn about Virginia geography and history.
The path of the mountain. This is the delta, the triangle that's being formed.
The mountain.
The bridge is going to fall.
Yeah.
This work, building mountains out of clay, helps us understand topography too. The timeline of life first looked at in the primary classroom gives students a chance to learn more about the living things of the past and present. We use the pin map to point out locations of countries, cities, landforms, and bodies of water for entire continents. This builds on the continent puzzles from the primary classroom. In math, we use racks and soups to master long division, which we can pull off on paper too. The pegboard shows squaring and square root.
Okay, I was supposed to look out to see if the ape house was closed, and it doesn't seem like it's really close because it's talking about how good it's running.
More elaborate research leads to sophisticated research papers. We even go outside the classroom to get more information through field trips. We call them going out.
Give shopping stuff is last, okay? But first we're gonna check on the cheetahs for Princia.
Yeah. And then you go to elephant.
Where's elephant?
Yeah.
It's right here. In the elephant house.
Yeah.
We plan everything from choosing the location, transportation, figuring out the cost, and the permission slips. Then we bring in adults to chaperone. Several of us are planning a trip to the National Zoo to study primates, cheetahs, and elephants. In an upper elementary Montessori classroom, Follow-up work can combine several subjects. By making bread, we're working on measurement and observing science in action as yeast makes dough rise. In the end, this project helps us build our peaceful Montessori community.
I hope you like our Arlington Montessori program. After 8 years of experience